as we go live.
Oh, I thought we already were live.
Oh no, we are not live right now.
It's happening now.
We're live now.
But on top of things that will need a lot of explaining to do, Moose, we had the first part of the Heroes bracket last week, and you know what? I think that this will speak to itself for who ended up in the Heroes Hall of Fame.
Nunchuck Tyler, just a hero what the show needed. Most definitely the best hero of March Madness. Yeah, Nunchuck Tyler is the coolest hero ever because he wants to spread peace and love to everyone. He wants everyone to have a good day. Your day's bad? Not anymore. Nunchuck Tyler's here to save that. You having a rough time at work? Not anymore. Nunchuck Tyler will save you from your coworkers. Nunchuck Tyler is the hero that everyone needs, and they didn't know they needed. But they do. So Nunchuck Tyler should be the hero of What the Show for many reasons. Because Nunchuck Tyler is a hero himself on many levels, trying to save the world from evil with his nunchucks of fury and doom. His nunchucks of chaos. Yes, Nunchuck Tyler wants to be your friend till the end. Be your friend till the end of time. Yeah.
Good night,
Moose,
everybody.
it was
He wins.
$15. It was $15.
Good to see you guys.
Worth every penny.
He won last week, Moose. He won last week.
Yes, he did.
Well, we actually threw we've been really bad with the March
We're
Madness.
done. We're done here.
Back it up, folks. Who can beat that?
He advanced Duck Gardens at Universal Studios and the Sloppy Taco Palace, which was not even on the bracket.
Automatically made it into the Hall of Fame, though. We've had a lot of inductees already this year, and the fun is
Gearing up.
Yeah, it's that good.
Nunchuck Tyler on
gearing up.
Cameo
That was
costs the
beautiful.
same as one Duff beer.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping. I like that. You're a jabroni. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I gotta move the
How
people
is
back.
Nunchuck Tyler not made it onto your entry promo now at this point?
we haven't updated it.
You know, we haven't updated.
We haven't
it.
updated it.
It's only been a week, but you best believe that's in the works. That's in the works.
Ladies
Wow,
and gentlemen, it's
that's,
Wednesday night. It's What the Show. My name is AJ Lancaster, and I'm one of the co-hosts.
Where the Deacons, Juice is running late as per usual. That's why he made it on both the villains and chaotic neutral bracket this year. We love him, though. He also made it on the heroes bracket. May you also see him tonight? I don't know. Stay tuned. Because of last year's absolutely meteoric rise to the top of Scooch Coach, thank you, Moose, for helping me on that. We banded together to make that victory happen in the heroes bracket. This year we did switch things up a little bit. Oh, Hero Juice is here and gone. Which last week we did what we're calling more recent heroes, and this week is more like
The legends.
you know, like whatever.
We're not going to have to explain who anybody is. Like,
yes,
you're gonna
as
see
opposed to last week, it was like this is the explanation, yada yada yada.
I think
So,
this is going to be better debates this week because I'm pretty certain everybody knows who everybody on this is without me even having to say who they are. They're going to pop up and you're going to be like, oh, okay. And then we can just throw out why we think these people deserve to be there, which is the better hero. Moose is perfect for this because there's a couple of them on here, I think, that are going to hit pretty close to home for him, being somebody who's a resident of California, especially. So
I personally will never do a heroes bracket without Moose. You know what I mean? At least one a year. Obviously, this year we did two. Last year we did. You know, it's after last year. You've earned a permanent spot as a heroes bracket judge. Obviously,
Moose is always on the heroes, and Nat and Dylan are always on the chaotic
yes,
neutral.
as they should be. They belong.
Thank you. That's an honor. That is an honor. Thank you.
Yes.
But what I'm sad because I jumped in coming in late, and I apologize about being late.
You're good.
But I came in and I was like, oh my God, the world is going to be able to hear Bethany's description for the layman of March Madness.
Yes.
And the world has been deprived of that because we
y'all
were
have been
not
deprived.
live yet.
I'm making a full PowerPoint. If anyone would like to see it, I can post it on the internet somewhere. Moose, I got you. I'm explaining the Sweet 16 for the girly pops, essentially, for the layman. We all know pop stars, okay? Not everyone knows basketball. I happen to be very, well-versed in both. And so I have made a PowerPoint presentation for 6 girls that I'm staying in a cabin with this weekend to explain basketball to them so we can all join in the camaraderie that is March Madness. So while Juice is doing, I'm not sure what, I'll explain my personal favorite team and one of my favorite pop artists, of which everyone basically has gotten to hear so far, but no one in the chat has, which is, hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. The Florida Gators are Lady Gaga, okay? Juice is changing. He's doing a quick change. He's doing Mr. Rogers. Here's why, okay? You're like, why, Bethany? I know what you're asking yourself. Why? This is why. Because they both rose to fame in the early aughts, right? Florida won their first natty in 06, 07. Gaga comes onto the scene 08, 09, right? So in the early aughts, they meteoric rise to fame, okay? Then we enter the 2010s, which they have some success. They make it to a couple of Elite Eights, a Final Four here and there, but they just can't ever reach the pinnacle. She releases Art Pop. Applause is a big hit, but Katy Perry beats her undeservedly. Roar is not as good of a song. I stand by that. But here we are. The year's 2025. And are we returning to former glory? We have Mayhem coming out and a world tour. Will the Gators end up on top again? Only time will tell. And that is why a root, cheering for Florida is really you also cheering for Lady Gaga. So I'm just saying the choice is yours, people. The choice is yours. But you should root for Lady Gaga.
Let's go Gaga.
Yes, always got to go with the Gaga. Juice, thank you so much for making it on time.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
For the drink, look at him. He's so ready. I think we're ready to dive into some Heroes Bracket. And we all feeling primed?
All right.
We're feeling good. The PowerPoint will be available. If anyone would like to see it, I'm here for you. I'm here to explain the March
Please and
Madness.
thank you. Yes, please and thank you.
Yeah. All right. So let's kick right into it. We got actor currently on the rise, going to be huge. John Mariano in our fantasy football league is a huge fan, and we have an all-time legend. So let's get right into this. Fun one to start with. Stanley Tucci and Glenn Powell.
The Tooch. The Powell. Gosh, that's tough. That's a tough one for me.
No, it's far easier, I think, than anybody is giving Glenn Powell credit for. Because this is easily the Tooch.
Mm.
You can't beat the Tooch. Okay, the Tooch. Like if I could get it like an actor's tattoo on my body, it might be the Tooch. Maybe on the Gooch. We don't know.
The Tooch makes a cocktail.
For
I've
sure
heard.
has my vote.
Absolute living legend. Been in some great films. All around good guy. And
well, why don't we just rip the Band-Aid off and go right into this? We have contemplated putting the Marvel marketing director directly into the Hall of Fame for the troll job he did this morning.
Yeah. But we will only be announcing. We really should have mocked up some casting.
It should have all been on chairs. If I had thought of that earlier. Where were you 2 hours ago, Jeremy, when I was working on this?
I had a nice argument with JTE earlier about this. He's like, whoever Marvel's marketing director is should get a promotion. I was like, I would fire that son of a bitch in a heartbeat for that book. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have time to sit for an hour and 27 minutes and go and like watch this thing live. I'm like, forget
it was 5 hours.
It was 5 hours.
Yeah, it was like 5 hours.
Wait.
It was like, forget it. We're done.
The thing to find out who all the actors, they did a thing for 5 hours?
Watch an hour, a minute and 20
they would
seconds.
lock it on a chair.
I did at the end of the day, but yes.
They'd lock it in a chair. Then 15 minutes later, they would move to the next chick.
No way. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
And
Yup.
this is what they did today.
I just
So
saw
many
the Instagram
reactors.
thing where you saw it in 5 seconds.
I'm gonna say maybe can we immediately put them on the chaotic neutral holiday?
Next year.
Villains.
Yeah.
That's pretty chaotic.
Villains.
Future Hall of Fame.
Fucking
So many
villains all
reactors
the way.
went live. They're like, we're gonna go live for this historic Marvel
Little
announcement.
did they
and
know.
they know that they got that.
It would be that. Can you
The person
imagine?
who makes your heroes bracket are the people doing the live reactions for 5 hours. Those are the real losers. Listen, I'm the biggest Marvel fan out there, and that was absolute horseshit.
So, back to the task at hand, though. I will
yeah.
say this. I will
Okay.
say this. That
Yes.
Glenn Powell could play Merlin in Kingsman, but Stanley Tucci could not play Chad Radwell.
Ooh.
True.
Oh.
True. Yeah, could he be
Chad
Tyler?
Radwell gets the vote.
All right, so we got one for the Tooch. We got one for Glenn Powell. Let's go to Juice.
This is really tough for me.
It's tough. I think
These are all going to be tough, by the way. There's nothing on this one that's easy.
Yeah.
right. The Tooch. It's tough to go against him. I mean, Glenn Powell is certainly a hero. He's become a hero, but he's a recent hero. And Stanley Tucci.
That's fair.
legend.
Tucci would have gotten the kiss.
And
He would have gotten the
Tucci,
kiss. That makes
Tucci
sense.
rhymes with Gucci. And as a man who has a shirt on delivery that says "Italian" with a 4-leaf clover with the Italian flag colors through it, I have to go with the Tooch.
God
Fair.
bless you, G.
That's fair. I really feel like William
Everyone
may
knows.
have honestly. He may. I was torn, but that's so true. The Chooch would have gotten the kiss at the end of. Yeah, I feel like it has to be. It has to be. I'm so sorry, Glenn Powell. You know, I got nothing but love for you, but I think it has to be the Chooch.
Well, the Tooch is definitely moving on then. So,
The Chooch. Congrats on your victory, sir. Who do we have next?
all right. We have a legendary character actor. And speaking of somebody in a ridiculously long but edited internet viral video, we've got Jenny Nicholson and Gary Cole.
Listen,
Ooh.
this is very easy for me, personally, and I am maybe gonna sound.
Sorry, can I see it side by side again?
Yes, of course. Put it back up. I love Gary Cole. Okay, like I get it. He is a great character actor. That man has been in an insane amount of things. We looked up his IMDb right now, the credits that he would have. But did that man make a nearly 4-hour expose on the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser where impeccable. They say that this generation doesn't like long form content. This woman, put this back up here, this lovely woman on the left here sat there and talked about a failed hotel.
And that's
it was
the edited
most
version.
riveting content I have maybe seen in the year. Truly iconic. I have to give it to my girl Jenny Nicholson. And because she used to work in Disney customer service. And anyone who did that for a living deserves sainthood. You're not just a hero, you're a saint. Because people are crazy. And if you could stand there and look them in the eye and be like, your whole vacation is ruined because this fast pass was, I am so sorry. Sainthood for her.
Your whole vacation was ruined because you couldn't get a disability pass because they didn't consider sciatica a reason, but they would give you a wheelchair.
Sainthood. Sainthood.
Hey, Bethany.
Moose, you look perplexed. Are you not familiar with this iconic piece of lore, of internet lore?
I have no idea who this woman is.
She's one of us.
I really need you to watch this video, Moose.
Please forward it to me.
I've been in the same room with her, but I'll probably save that story for the next round.
Yeah, I'm also like, I love Gary
The
Cole.
women's bracket.
Reese Bobby is one of my favorite like side characters in a movie. Lumberg is legendary from for Office Space.
It's, to be exact, it's 4 hours, 5 minutes, and 39 seconds. and it's called The Spectacular Failure of the Star Wars Hotel. And it is truly the most riveting thing I probably saw all year.
It has 12 million views.
Yes, 12 million views.
Wow, that.
Icon. She's great. If they wouldn't have put her behind that pole, you know what I mean?
My Jenny Nicholson story involves Jacob Whitnaven, so I'm gonna.
Ooh,
If we're getting a
God.
Whitney story, then Nicholson
I'm
has
so
to get my
excited.
vote.
I'm saving it. I know she's advancing, so I'm saving it.
Before we eliminate Gary Cole, I just have to say one thing, and that is Veep. That's all.
That's fair.
Good job for
100%
Veep, Gary
that.
Cole.
Man, I'm so excited, Moose, about the journey, the 4-hour journey you were about to embark on. And I know what you're thinking. 4 hours? Oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever to watch. You put this on, and
Watch
I'm
it on a
telling
plane.
you, you
Watch it on
will
a
watch
plane.
it in
Yeah.
one go.
I'm traveling for work right now. I'm in San Francisco. I'm gonna watch that on my flight home on
This is
Friday
your
night.
time.
Yeah,
This
watch
is
it
your
on a
time.
plane, yeah.
It's so
Okay.
good.
I haven't seen a second of the video, and I'm still voting for it.
It's
As somebody who just got done watching
Twice.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 on a plane, I will say rent a theater to watch Jenny Nicholson.
Yeah, rent a theater to watch the Jenny Nicholson Star Wars Hotel. We've been following
Cinema.
Jenny for
I mean,
a
but
while.
Gary Cole was the announcer in Dodgeball. Like,
He was.
And
He one of
respect
them.
that.
And here's the thing. Gary Cole will probably be on this bracket for years to come. You know, he will be
He'll get his
Yeah.
flowers.
same as Glenn Powell. Like they will have their opportunity, but Jenny Nicholson hit us bigger this year.
Yeah, this poor man just was up against very steep competition. It's hard to beat that video.
So the next one's kind of a similar situation to what we have with Tucci versus Powell, but we're going to the ladies this time. So we have an all-time classic actress versus somebody who is one of the biggest rising stars.
I think this is actually just mean. I think this is a mean thing to make me vote for
Why-
one of them.
Why do we have to put two women up against each other like this?
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
can't they both share the crown? You know what
There
I
are
mean?
several other women on this bracket.
But
How do you
sure,
pronounce
we have to
Ao's last name, just so I have a more accurate spelling, somewhat?
Edibiri.
a Deborah, I believe. Ireland.
I mean, I'm still going to spell it wrong, but it'll be slightly more correct.
You
than
can put
what I
Famous
wrote.
Irish actress Ayo Edibiri,
Yeah. Yeah.
who once said that she was cast as the donkey in the Colin Farrell movie. What
Yes.
was it? The
What was
Banshees
that
Oh,
of
called?
Inisherin.
Yeah.
Inisherin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
She
doing
was
it.
Jenny the donkey.
Yep. And she was the only one who didn't need an accent coach.
Yeah. 100%.
The only
Whatever.
reason I'm going to go right off the bat,
Okay.
I love Ao Edibiri in The Bear and all the things. The only reason, very randomly, let me go Susan Sarandon, is the fact that I just pictured her as Johnny Lawrence's mom and like how that would have been perfect casting. And so here is Johnny Lawrence's mom
Yeah.
in Cobra Kai is now my
Susan
like how I
Sarandon.
view that
I'm
character.
The hypothetical Susan Sarandon casting as Johnny Lawrence's mom just sold me on this one. So
I mean,
I haven't voted.
But
what did I call it?
I know AJ loves AO, so I want to give him the floor to
I
make his
do.
way. But
But we have two members of the cast of Bottoms on this list.
Mm,
spoiler for one later.
true.
So who here's seen Bottoms?
We def.
Okay. I'll vote Susan Sarandon for this one because she is a legend.
It's so hard to go against Susan Sarandon. This is the problem. Is we put, this is nothing against
Yeah.
Ao or Glenn. It's just they were put against absolute legends of the craft. It's
That's exactly what it is.
It is.
And this is going to be a recurring theme. And there's one of them that you all are going to like throw things at me when you see who I put against each other.
I have to give it to Susan, but it really hurts my heart to vote against Ireland's princess.
I mean, if it's me versus Benny, I mean, Benny saw Wallace Shawn die, so that's an easy vote. Go vote for Benny. Okay, well, I think the easy answer for me is going to be Ao.
I really respect that,
Yeah.
honestly. I really love her. She's so
Yeah, me
good.
too.
She is so good. And just
Having a help. I
charming.
mean, what was the last thing Susan Sarandon was in? She was in Blue Beetle as the villain. That was like the worst. movie.
I mean,
So,
also
yeah,
AO
Going back to
did.
Cobra Kai, it wasn't that bad.
AO did
Maybe
say
that's maybe. Oh,
her
yeah.
manager's
Not
assistant
Melissa's mom,
in her
it's Miguel's
acceptance
mom.
speech once, and I really appreciated that because she knows who the real ones are. Like she knows that it's not like the top dogs that are doing the work; it's the people who, like you said, her answering her emails at midnight. And I really appreciated that she put them, gave them a shout out and some respect. She's fantastic. I'm still gonna go Susan Sarandon, but I just really did want to shout out that I really love AO and I think that she is great, absolutely fantastic.
Again, somebody who likely will be on this bracket for the future.
Yeah.
I am genuinely shocked and ashamed of us as a group for never nominating one of these two people. The other one we've become more aware of this year, and her profile is on the rise. But the other one, what is wrong with us? How has this man never been on the bracket? Nikki Glaser and Conan O'Brien.
That's true. I feel like I know who's going to win, but I would just like to point out that Nikki Glaser is actually living my dream life because she got to see the Eras Tour 22 times. So with that said, I understand that Conan O'Brien is advancing, but I just want to say that I have mad respect for her for going to the Eras Tour 22 times.
I watched the Brady roast, and the second she was like maybe a minute and a half into her thing, and I was immediately I'm like, Nikki Glaser is going on the heroes bracket.
The Gronk joke.
The Gronk joke broke, and I made Bethany watch that. She didn't watch the whole. She didn't watch the entire roast, but you watched Nikki. Me know that not real money. I was dying when she got him and right in front of him, and the thing that he took it like a champ. Nikki Glaser, obviously, I think that was probably her. To that point, that was probably her biggest moment in pop culture. Mm-hmm. Conan O'Brien, who I have so much to say about.
So true. Yeah. Why has he got beef with Mac and me? What a villain.
He loves Mac and me. That's why he feels compelled to show it so much.
Every time Paul Rudd's
there. Because Paul Rudd has issue with Mac and me. That's what
Paul Rudd should be on the chaotic neutral for that.
Oh,
I'm voting for Conan, but cheers to Nikki.
Yes.
Okay.
Conan.
Yeah, I was not. I was not aware of who Nikki was. I thought you guys said Mickey, and I typed Mickey Glaser with an M into the bracket already. So she's forever Mickey Glaser. But
all right, we need refills.
Add a girl, Mickey.
I'm about to cause a lot of drama, so I'm going to walk away.
I'm trying to see who you have in this tiny thumbnail.
Here we go.
Against each other. Oh, that's rude.
I didn't even rude.
Are we moving on?
Are we just moving on with Conan O'Brien?
I believe Conan got the vote. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's good.
I don't know.
Okay, well, this goes without saying. Obviously, two icons: Harrison Ford versus Mark Hamill. Because Mike hates us, I guess, because he hates us.
Oh.
William is very sad, and it is uncool. Actually, it's really not nice to have done that.
So I'm kind of torn. So the last movie that I saw in theaters was, I almost called it Black Panther. Captain America, Brave New World.
He's not racist, everyone. He understands the different black superhero.
Just the first thing that came to my mind. I'm sorry. Because there's Wakandan things brought up. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Really quick. I'm going to interrupt really quick. Because on Sunday, my wife and I are driving to do our taxes. And by the way, fucking taxes are the worst. So we're driving on our way to, and I see this car coming up from way, like we're just on this open road. It's just us. And this car like comes up right, and I'm probably going like 85. So I'm hauling ass as it is. So it comes up, rides our tail, goes around, cuts us off. On the back of our bumper, it says Wakanda Forever. Nice. So both my wife and I at the same time, without even cluing each other, go.
That's awesome.
Oh. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, Deuce, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. like it didn't work, and it did work at the same time. Like the movie wasn't great, but also like I had a blast. It was weird, but it was weird seeing. It was certainly weird seeing Harrison Ford in a Marvel role, but
Yes.
I don't know. But I don't know. Like he's Harrison Ford
in
like,
the role. He crushed in the role.
Yeah,
he was like the best part of the movie.
You can't be upset at all. It's like
I can be.
Well, he can be upset.
I can be because
You don't wanna
Harrison
see him
Ford
upset.
didn't grow the mustache.
Yeah,
He wouldn't have
I
won the
would've
election if
liked
he kept it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
We did
I
have a
don't-
flashback scene with him in the mustache.
that. Yeah. Would've
It
liked
was
the
kind of
mustache.
funny, some of the on the nose jokes
I would have liked the mustache.
that were a little
Get it on the nose.
But
Under the-
this is really tough. Harrison Ford, obviously, absolute legend. I know everyone's gonna be like, he's had the more successful career. I get that. You know, he's a man who's been in many good roles. Shrinking. I've really been meaning to get into that.
Hollywood
I've
Homicide.
heard he's great in it. But I've heard he's great. But here's the thing. I know we all like kind of love Harrison Ford for him hating Star
Always
Wars,
with the homicide.
but at the same time, as someone who really loves Star Wars, I don't like interacting with people who hate it because they're kind of a bummer. I'm like, I get it. You're like negative about something that like brings a lot of people joy. You're so cool. And I feel like Mark Hamill is like here to like chat with. Like, if you saw him in a bar, and we're like, "I love you in Star Wars," he would be like, "Star Wars." So you know, I gotta give him props for that. Also, yeah, Joker. He just seems like a nice guy. I love his shout outs to people for no particular reason. That's always great on the internet. So I'm going to give it to Mark Hamill, even though obviously I love Harrison Ford.
I have a question.
Yes.
Has Harrison Ford ever starred as a character named Cockknocker?
You went right where I was going to go. Because Mark Hamill
They
could
actually
play
share one
Thunderbolt
thing.
Ross. But Harrison Ford could never be Cockknocker.
Exactly. You're right, and you should say it.
It's
You're
Mark
right, you
Hamill.
should say it. It's Mark Hamill.
I spelled his name wrong. We're gonna stick with it. I thought he
Okay.
might lose.
I'm
But
gonna.
Spelling is her.
I'm the odd man
Yeah.
out. I gotta go with the old curmudgeon Harrison Ford because as
Yeah.
I get older, I'm becoming
think-
an old curmudgeon.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid,
I think
wanted to be
I
two
am
people.
technically Harrison Ford too. But yeah,
I wanted to be two people my entire life when I was a child. When I was growing up, I wanted to be Han Solo and I wanted to be Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker was a little bitch the whole time, and if
Oh my
not
God,
for
he's
Han
such a little
Solo,
bitch.
he's such a little bitch.
Hey,
Han
God,
Solo
where's
was
the
just
Tosche
cool.
Station? Yeah.
I think
it's unbelievable.
Now, if you're
Yeah,
talking about like personalities, yeah, I absolutely want to sit down and drink 6 bottles of wine with Mark Hamill and just hang with the dude and just have the ultimate conversation with him. Harrison Ford would just sit there and utter like 4 words in the 4 hours that I would spend with him.
yeah.
But
Which would still be
just to
great.
be the odd man out, I'm gonna go with Harrison Ford.
I get it. I really do.
Listen,
It's
one of these guys is the
unbelievable.
Hulk, the other is not.
Yeah, me watching Star Wars as a kid, like, oh yeah, I don't really know what this Han Solo guy is all about, and then you get older and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I completely like he is everything that I relate to. Like, yeah,
But
absolutely.
again, speaking of things, could Harrison Ford pulled off that little Twinkie poncho? No, he couldn't. Only Mark Hamill could.
Absolutely.
True.
And we'll get to the Chanel boots in another round.
Oh my God,
Anyways,
the Chanel boots we have to discuss. Yes. Next.
All right. So if we have anybody here who is a fan,
That is solely for me and AJ, apparently.
yeah.
Conversation.
anybody who is a fan of Cal as a college program is going to be at each other's throat. Well, at their own throat, because we got Cal versus Cal here.
Naughty cow.
Jared Goff
Toki.
and Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn, okay. I think we all know where I'm leaning on this personally, but I actually am going to give some love to Marshawn Lynch real quick before I go back to my love for Jared Goff. But okay, Marshawn Lynch is obviously a hero for the most iconic Super Bowl. What do we want to call that? What is that called? Like press junket, press interview,
the press junket, yeah.
Mabobber pre-Super Bowl press junket of all time. I quote this on the regular. It is so good. You know, he's only here so he won't get fined. What an icon, honestly. I think more people could learn from him, to be honest. With that said, obviously I'm going for Jared Goff. I mean, come on, don't make me start the chant.
Now we got the Rams fan here. I need to hear the Rams fans' thoughts on Jared Goff.
Oh shit.
Fuck that guy, Jared Goff.
I can't hear it over the chants. I can't hear it over the chants.
I
And that would be the Rams
appreciative of
fans'
Jared
thoughts on
Goff.
the most famous Seahawk of all time.
I was fine with Jared Goff as a Rams quarterback. I was a fan, as a Rams fan myself. I was all on board with it. You know, you getting Matt Stafford was just, you think about like, was that the difference maker for the Rams winning that Super Bowl, or would Jared Goff have done the same thing with them? I inclined to kind of think that, you know, the team that the Rams put together at that point in time, Goff would have succeeded and probably won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hope that Jared Goff leads the Lions to a Super Bowl. I'd love to be able to see that. That being said, Marshawn is a gift.
Marshawn is a gift. I can't even deny it. I can't even deny it. He's so good.
Absolutely a hero. When has Jared Goff ever done anything like what Marshawn Lynch used to do in his press conferences?
I mean, I'll give you that in fairness.
I will say this about Jared Goff. Jared Goff, the Jared Goff chant started at a Detroit Red Wings Chicago Blackhawks game last year. It was a hockey game. He's a football player. It was in Chicago.
Yeah.
It was in a rival city's
an icon. Y'all, just wait. You're back season 2 this year, and he's the most quotable guy. Everyone's gonna look back on this and wish that they had voted for him.
That said, the Holocaust, it happened. Marshawn Lynch.
I'm saving my arguments for Lynch for further rounds. Marshawn Lynch gets my vote.
Marshawn Lynch is really great, guys. I can't even deny it. I had to give love to Jared Goff because he's my boy, but like
a gift.
We're gonna get into this.
Marshawn Lynch is honestly so good.
Maxwell gets it.
All right, we got 2 more first round matches. This one's two very different reasons. Donna Kelsey and professional wrestler R-Truth.
I can't say I'm super familiar with R-Truth, to be honest. So people might have to explain him to me.
R-Truth. How do you spell that?
R, the letter R,
truth,
and then the word truth.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure. I don't. There's accusations of me being racist. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm just
gonna. Mama Kelsey gets my vote just for that name. Done.
Okay, so R-Truth, despite the fact that he is about 10 years older than John Cena, claims that John Cena is his childhood hero. So that gives you an idea of what kind of man.
Okay, I'm a little into that.
He has, on the regular, call people the wrong name, but in a genuine, wholesome, honest way. Like he'll walk up to one of the guys who's bald and say, "Hey, Triple H," and it's not Triple H, but he does it with conviction. He showed up in a Royal Rumble and set up a ladder in the middle of the ring as if it were a ladder match, and immediately got eliminated and then said, "My bad." So that's what this guy is. Donna Kelsey is a gem of a human being. I struggle to think of another NFL mother as supportive of both of her kids in the league that support them as much as she does.
Mhm.
I want to hear some arguments from. I know AJ is the only other one who really knows about R-Truth. So I think I know where this is going, but
R-Truth in many ways is kind of like the famous Jameis of the WWE.
yes.
But Donna Kelsey is the best NFL mom since Mama McNabb. So
True.
We all need good moms.
Also, Donna Kelsey was in a terrible Hallmark movie, and as someone who is not, as far as I know, trained in any form of acting, may have been the best actor in this movie. I say that with full conviction. I was like, she's actually like really doing pretty good in this in her little cameo. I thought she did a great job as the little waitress in a little cafe, whatever place. Also, this is a recent Donna Kelsey story that absolutely warmed the cockles of my heart, and I thought was very funny. Which is a family friend of mine was on a cruise recently. It's just a regular cruise. It's not like any kind of, like, she was meant to be there to meet her, blah, blah. I don't know why there would be a cruise to meet Donna Kelsey, but I don't know. Like maybe it was like an NFL cruise or something where you could like meet your favorite NFL people and she was there with her sons or something. But she was just on a regular vacation. My family friend was on a regular vacation on a cruise. And my family friend happens to be a big Swiftie, as I am. And so on like day 2 of the cruise, she's like, man, that person kind of looks like Donna Kelsey. But I think I'm seeing things because like, like I'm thinking about, like, because I know what she looks like because I, know about the Kelseys because of Taylor or whatever. And then on day 3 of the cruise at night, there was Taylor Swift Name That Tune. And do you want to know who showed up to that? Donna Kelsey.
Nice.
And so all of these ladies are sitting in this Name That Tune. And she was just there participating, like playing it. And all these girls were like, is that Donna Kelsey at that table? Is that Donna Kelsey? And so they went up to her respectfully at the end and were like, you're Donna Kelsey, right? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, oh my God, I thought I saw you the other day. I thought it was you. And they're like, can we grab a picture real quick? And she's like, absolutely. And was like super sweet to them. So I absolutely love the fact that she showed up to a Taylor Swift Name That Tune on a cruise, just on her own accord.
Good night, everybody. Donna Kelsey wins.
Donna Kelsey.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
What a legend. We love her.
Absolutely.
We got one last first round match. There is this one entity that somehow has found his way onto every single bracket we've done this year. He's been on the villains bracket. He won the chaotic neutral one. It's a 5-way tie. Was on last week's heroes bracket. Somehow is on this week's as well.
What an
He's a
icon.
scumbag that we speak of.
And also, somebody who also has found his way somehow on multiple times, but this time as a character, not as himself.
To be clear.
We have Justin the Juice against Tyler Owens.
In both of these cases, if you feel it,
Chase
it. Icons, honestly, in their own right. Look at those guys. Look at them go. Wow.
They both look happy.
I want to be in the TGA Fridays with those two.
My God.
Yes. Specifically in the Atlanta airport, but that's another story.
Juice, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that I love you dearly. I have spoken many words about you over these last few brackets, but I also want you to know that you've never put a firework up a tornado.
Well,
and so that I know of. And that I know of. If there is a story, I'm willing to change my vote. But for that reason, I do have to give this one to Tyler Owens. But I want you to know, again, from the bottom of my heart, that you're a hero in my heart. Okay, thank you.
completely fair.
He's made his way into a Hall of Fame already this time in a spectacular 5-way tie, which nobody saw coming.
I know. Still probably like the greatest what the show moment of all time was us being like, let's just have all 5 of these win.
Zach Greinke also
Which is only topping the moment
Look at
when
this man. Look at
from
this
like
man.
4 years ago when we were like, let's just have all 3 of these heroes win.
Yeah, little did we know.
So every year,
Moose. What?
I can make an argument for Juice being the villain, like very easily. But then you get these little glimpses of brilliance.
Yes.
Like what he mentioned earlier about the shirt that he's ordering.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
when
Yep.
he drinks a champagne bottle.
Look at that. Look at
But then I
that.
go back and I'm like, wait, this is the same guy who made the heroes bracket for buying, like giving some like lady his credit card number for buying a jacket inadvertently. So there's just this struggle that I have with Juice. However,
Misremembrance of that
the
story, but
Exchange
okay.
recognizes their own.
Hmm.
That being said, Juice is a member of the Exchange, and he has one thing that Tyler Chase will never have.
Hmm.
Juice, do you have the clip of you attempting a cartwheel?
So true. That is really iconic. Yeah, can we pull that up, please, Evan?
Hero to the end. Right there. Cheers.
Yeah.
You swayed my vote.
He was feeling it, and he did chase it.
Hero to the end.
There's also this.
Forget about it. Ladies, you need New Life's new revolutionary technology. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna eat some cheese, you're gonna shove up your mouth.
Is that the first time that's played on the show?
No, we have
Initially?
before.
I know we played it behind the scenes. I don't.
Oh man, I really feel like I need this sticker. Where'd you get it, Lego? I want one. That is the top 10 sticker.
I'm rooting for Juice.
There will be.
Yeah, you broke me.
All
You
right, we
broke
have
me.
for Juice.
Juice is it. I'm done. Fuck you,
One
Mama
more.
Kelsey. Juice is the winner.
Tyler Owens. Moose is getting Juice on. What say you, AJ? Do you agree that Juice
I-
goes on?
Fucking duck.
Okay.
The courtroom.
Juice could put fireworks in a tornado.
Yeah.
Tyler Owens could not do those key target.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. He couldn't do the keytar the way Juice does the keytar. When you put it like that, I think you swayed me. Y'all.
Juice gets the kiss. Juice gets the kiss.
Juice does get the kiss.
Gets the kiss.
You know what? Juice moves on, y'all. He's moving on.
All right,
Okay.
that's the end of the first
Wow.
round.
What
Alright.
an upset.
Quick little.
I did not.
First round intermission.
I did not
First
want
time
to vote.
intermission, anyone?
that
If anyone
round.
needs to use the restroom.
Could I request to see that clip again of Juice?
Yeah.
We'll do that real quick
There will
before we go to
be
intermission.
plenty of time for that.
Okay.
Which one is it? There's two.
Forget about it. Ladies, you need New Life's new revolutionary technology. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna eat some cheese, you're gonna shove up your mouth.
There is.
They're laughing.
We'll be right back.
There is a lot of context that will eventually be revealed for that entire video. But basically, my friend Austin is it's an outtake.
Oh boy.
So we were doing a parody of the VHS dating video, which almost that we would need to pull up for the context, but like we're doing a parody of like a VHS dating video, and that was one of the outtakes. My friend, there's a lot of great clips, but the video needs to be re-edited. I need to re-edit the whole video, and that will happen. And you'll get to see it all in its glory.
Shove it straight up your
You
bum.
look like Rex from Napoleon Dynamite in that
That's what
movie. or in
no,
that-
literally. So that's what the America pants come from. That I've owned all these years.
Do you remember
Was
this?
you were going for a Rex Kwando
The
vibe?
Rex Kwando, yeah, the
In
Rex
that video,
Kwando.
that- so this was like 20. This was like early 2019 or late 2018 before I knew anybody in Schmodown. This was all way pre Schmodown. And yeah, it was going for like a Rex Kwando, Napoleon Dynamite like vibe.
We've been over this, JTE.
There he is.
Awesome.
The guy who thinks that Marvel's 5-hour stunt today was the most brilliant marketing technique ever.
Genius.
My God. Do you realize there is a 1 minute and 30-second cut of that? That's better. That's the way to go. I don't
That's
have
how I watched
9
it.
hours to learn who's going to be in the next Avengers movie.
Also, I want everyone to know Luna is automatically inducted to the Heroes Hall of Fame. Okay, look at this nugget. Oh, I'm sorry.
I will say Darby the dog should have been in the Heroes Hall of Fame. Just saying.
Darby.
Yes, 100%.
Darby was a great
Inducted.
damn boy. He was a great damn boy.
Oh, what's hurting you? Okay.
Also, Bethany, I appreciate that shirt. Love it. It's a good one.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, all dogs are heroes for sure. All dogs go to heaven and all dogs are heroes. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Are you okay?
She is, a little finicky.
She's having a little moment here, but she's all right.
Also, every time I see AJ's background screen like that, I just remember watching all of the cooking videos for Wendy's
Yes.
because he had this idea for the show that we were going to do.
Yeah.
I literally probably watched like 2.5 hours worth of like instructional Wendy's videos. I even went to Wendy's and got Wendy's to be on the show.
And you waited almost 2 hours to open that bag too.
Still took a bite of that burger.
Is this about the time that I said Amelia Earhart was a fake hero?
No, it's about the time you sent me 4 hours worth of Wendy's cooking videos.
Speaking of people who like burgers,
So Jeff is currently leaving,
Listen, all I'm saying is
attempting to leave the Airbnb with a burger in his right hand, in his left hand. Show us the burger before you leave. You're gonna eat it in the Uber?
Icon.
Okay. So
He
who
did
do we
eat
have
it.
for the beginning of round 2?
Yeah, Luna would not have put Harrison Ford against Mark Hamill. You're so right.
all right, we got the Tooch against Jenny Nicholson.
Oh, excuse me. Wow.
That's hard.
That is
That's
hard.
what she said.
That's hard. That's the two icons in such different ways. It's so similar yet so
So
different.
I'll kick off my story right now. So
Yeah.
feel like a good time for it. So me and Jacob Woodhaven are at Star Wars Celebration.
Yep.
This is
Okay.
long before Jenny Nichols' video that has been
The Galactic Star Cruiser did not exist at that point.
Yes.
long before that. Yeah. This is 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2019.
Chicago celebration.
Chicago Star Wars Celebration. So we knew of her from her content, and
She was on Schmodown on the
Yeah.
Star
she
Wars.
was,
map.
yeah, she was on some Schmodown stuff. So like she was a personality that we both knew. And so him and I were not together at Celebration for much, but there was one day where we were actually kind of like hanging out. And Jenny Nichols, like we were both kind of, it was the one time we were both together. We were kind of doing stuff together, and we noticed Jenny Nicholson, like we ran into her basically, but she was talking to like a couple other girls. And we're like, oh, like, yeah, we both know her, right? You're like, yeah, you know her? Yeah, I know her. Yeah. And so we were waiting to like have a conversation with her, but she just continued to have this like serious conversation from what it looked with these two random people. And eventually it was getting to the point where we were just like standing there waiting for like nothing, like for 15 minutes. We're just like standing next to them. And we're like, and I was like getting ready to be like, all right, it's weird now that we've been standing here for this long. We should just move along. Finally, Jacob said something along the lines of that, like, all right, yeah, the time has passed. It would be weird. It would be too weird. We both just walked away. So we never talked to her, but she seems very nice.
Juice, you're about this far from being knocked out of the heroes bracket for that story.
I know.
will
What
say
That was the longest story to eventually end up at nothing. My final bracket was
say it
going
was
to
a
be you
great
and the
story.
Tooch. Like in my head right now before that story, my bracket was you and the Tooch. Okay, in the final bracket.
Here's what I'm gonna say about Jenny Nicholson. Okay, before I know we all love the Tooch. I know he's probably gonna advance, and rightfully so. Okay, but Jenny Nicholson, not only for the great 4-hour expose on the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, plus all of her other content. I believe she did suffer through every single Land Before Time for our viewing pleasure. You can watch this also on YouTube.
She
it's
had
fantastic.
COVID and watched all of the Land Before Time movies.
It is
reviewed them all.
quality content. Like I said, she is an absolute legend. Worked in Disney customer service, great, big theme park nerd. So she's like our people. But also she once went to meet up with someone, because remember when they were selling those massive, this was right before The Last Jedi, when they were selling those massive porgs, but there was only like a limited quantity, and she met up with someone and like a parking lot to get it, and I was like, the Tooch would never. No, I mean, I love the Tooch, but I love just her content is truly so good. She is a hero. Again, I can't stress enough, Moose on the plane, you really need to watch this video. It will change. It was so good. 4 hours flies by, truly. I mean, honestly, like people talk about, like, you know, oh, I don't feel the runtime of certain movies. No, I did not feel the runtime of this. It was so good. But anyways,
a poll will be potential for the villains bracket because of this video.
Yes, a poll is. You know what? The poll should have been on the villains bracket this year. That was a missed opportunity on our part. We'll remedy that next year. But with that said, I'll understand if the Tooch goes on. I get it. I love him. He's fantastic. But I want to pour one out for Jenny Nicholson and what an absolute icon she is, and how she suffered through every single Land Before Time, all like 47 of them, for again our viewing pleasure.
I am totally voting Jenny Nicholson because of this week's events and her very long roast of Dear Evan Hansen. So.
Oh my God, that's also a really good video. Yes. Her content is literally like, I think, made for me. It's like theme parks, plushies, Star Wars, musical theater. Like, she's just in my brain, I think. She's living in my walls.
Stanley Tucci is Caesar Flickerman. I rest my case.
That's a good one. He's really good in that. But I think Jenny Nicholson could be Caesar Flickerman if given the option. I think she can do it. I think she can pull it off.
Lego in the chat.
There is some quality content in. Yes, she is such a good egg. Yeah. There is honestly some good. I mean, the first Land Before Time is a good film. I'm not going to deny it. We all, you know, wanted to eat the leafy bits on our plates because we felt like Littlefoot. I get it.
I remember I saw Land Before Time in theaters as a child, and I remember my Aunt Sandy took cousin Ryan and I when we were kids to see Land Before Time, and at the end of the movie, Aunt Sandy was crying, and I remember being like a child with cousin Ryan and being like, "What happened to you? Like, why are you crying?"
My vote might have changed to Nicholson because of the Land Before Time. She went through a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
With that story being said, it takes a lot of gumption to be able to sit through 10 Land Before Time movies. I'm going to say Nicholson gets my vote.
I think Nicholson's going on.
Jenny with the upset. We love you, the Tooch. Just so you know, I really think, I'm telling you, this 4-hour Star Cruiser.
The Tooch is loose.
JTE, why isn't Jenny on our podcast as a guest?
Yeah.
Also, I was saving this for the end, but what to show, you guys need to pick a collective movie that you will all review with us. Last year was Red One. We remember how that went. So collectively, individually, you guys are all welcome on the show anytime you want. Just please let me know what you want to review. Number two, once again, the invite goes out to What the Show to pick a movie from this year that you will all show up at.
For either running man,
We'll
AJ
know.
running man. Write it down.
That's a good pick.
I've already told JT I want to be on for Spinal Tap 2.
Yeah. That's true.
My most anticipated.
I'm
movie
trying to
of the
think
year.
of what's going to be the most what the show movie of the year.
That-
And
that's
that's
the thing,
obviously
yeah.
when we need to go on
I
as a
need to-
collective.
Mithrigan 2.0 could be.
Yeah, that does seem
Yeah.
like
I haven't. Yeah, I mean, I'm still a big JTE fanboy. I still haven't. I need to.
Yeah.
We've never been on a show together.
Every time JT has been on our
Every time
show,
JT, I can't. I'm not there, or he's not there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You were not.
We're
He
really
wasn't
gonna
in
go
the podcast. That's right.
a thing together.
I would-
You guys
I-
did with Benny on my own.
I remember in Schmodown, I forget what match it was when he won an upset Schmodown match, and I like jogged around my like college dorm just screaming obscenities of excitement.
The first time outside of like a couple of like early Zoom calls that like the exchange had when we like first got drafted on in the Schmodown. The first time I actually met JT in person was I showed up to the cantina for my match against Chance.
Mhm.
And like I walked in and Christian and Mark were the first two people I saw. And like Mark Ellis comes over, he gives you a hug. He's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" You know, Ellis is the best. And Harloff's like, "All right, down to business." He's
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna need you to manage JT in a match like in 10 minutes." And I'm like, "What?"
Okay.
Like, dude, I just like, I'm already, I don't know what to do with my own match. Like, you're expecting me to manage JTE. And then, like,
Yeah.
JTE showed up. We went outside. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Haas. Like, nice to meet you, buddy." And he's like, "All right, here's my weaknesses. Don't let me get Harry Potter. Let's fucking go." I'm like, "All right." Let's go."
Oh man,
Absolutely. I'm ready. That's so funny.
it's wild.
Oh,
we're getting stared down.
is Lena staring us down?
All right,
Lena,
what's our next matchup here? Because I
staring us down.
feel like my heart will be further broken here.
Jenny Nicholson with the upset. Atta girl, Jenny. She deserves it,
right.
All
honestly.
right, Susan Sarandon and against Conan O'Brien.
O'Brien. Oh, man.
I love you, Susan Sarandon, but did you write the monorail episode of The Simpsons?
Was Conan
Ooh.
O'Brien and Bull Durham? I think not.
Was Conan O'Brien in Rocky Horror?
I think not.
I just went to Korea and went to the markets in South Korea and saw all those helpless squid, live squid, all over being sacrificed and eaten. And Conan O'Brien saved one when he was visiting South Korea. Conan O'Brien is the winner.
I'm Conan O'Brien. I like all of the late night hosts are cringe except for him.
Okay,
That's
not
my
bad.
Yeah.
own.
He is and was and forever will be my late night host. So it's Conan
Yep.
O'Brien for me.
Yep.
I'm gonna be outnumbered here.
Yeah. Damn.
I really all need you to go rewatch Bull Durham
All right.
And Rocky Horror.
and Rocky Horror.
And Bull Durham is one of the best baseball movies of all time.
yes,
Yes.
it is.
I got knocked out of your guys' free for all on a Bull Durham question.
Yep,
So,
you did. I remember that.
fuck that movie.
Is this you getting revenge moves?
Is this
Yeah,
your
fuck that
remember?
movie. Conan O'Brien, baby.
I don't remember
That's
that.
fair, honestly. It's fair.
I've only seen Bull Durham because it was in the family video where I worked favorites
Oh, drink.
section.
Hey, oh. Cheers. Remember,
All right.
everyone, rooting for Florida equals rooting for Lady Gaga.
Gaga, please.
Gaga.
Gaga.
Yes, you have to say it with the proper accent. Our next matchup, Juice?
Mark Hamill versus Marshawn
Marshawn.
Lynch.
Oh, this
Wait, whoa! Don't ignore the spelling. I haven't been good.
One of them
Mark
is
Hamill,
here.
Marshawn
who will
Lynch.
be behind.
Not Mark.
Oh, this is
Um,
my battle of the bastards. Oh man.
I could actually see Mark Hamill doing, like, if he was mad at somebody. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I can see him saying that. I can see him
Okay,
saying
but do you remember what I said when I came back from the bathroom? Is this about when I said Amelia Earhart was a fake hero. Many a guy fly a plane without crashing.
Yeah, this is true.
Now, here's the thing. Mark Hamill understands that men need therapy.
Yep.
And that's why I think that Mark Hamill would be okay with us having Marshawn Lynch advance.
True.
AJ.
True.
Marshawn Lynch is quite possibly for a player who played on teams that I did not root for, one of my favorite athletes of all time. Like, just for the personality, how also, like, everybody, if you remember the Beastquake, when the Seattle Seahawks inexplicably made the playoffs because they had a 6-10 record, but won their division and then won a playoff game as a 6-10 team in the 2011 playoffs against the New Orleans Saints with the Beastquake. And the guy is a treasure. And whenever he scored or had a big play, what did he do? He went to the sideline and ate Skittles.
Which I respect.
So here's the thing. Marshawn Lynch could play a character named Cockknocker.
Yeah.
But
He could.
Mark Hamill couldn't have 13 rushing touchdowns in the season.
That's true.
That is a fair point.
Did Mark Hamill tackle Ki Kwan and get up and say beast mode?
I'm sold. It's Lynch.
I'm Marshawn Lynch.
I still need to see that movie.
I can't
really
believe.
badly.
Yeah, I think I'm going Marshawn Lynch.
Love Mark Hamill, but Marshawn Lynch
Obviously.
is like the show of athletes.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill, cheers.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Marshawn
Absolutely.
Lynch.
Thank you so much.
And then I know the last one is Donna Kelsey versus Juice.
Now, would you show up to name that tune? I was kidding. Name that Taylor Swift tune on a cruise. And how do you think you would fare, Juice?
It depends on if he has
For
a
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Oh man.
we should put Juice to the test
you were
on
in
the name
trouble
that
when
tune.
you walked in.
Okay. That's a good one. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We don't want that copyright strike.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
I better
Good call.
stop.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't think I'm-
Before your disastrous story earlier, like you were coasting through.
Yeah. You had
So,
this in the bag.
The ball. I'm putting the ball right now in your court, Juice. You have to convince us all why Donna Kelsey doesn't win.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in the Legends. We're in the Legends era bracket or whatever this thing's called.
Yeah.
I've had an in-person experience with one person. I wanted to tell that story. It's not my greatest story of all time, but
Okay.
good to share it. I haven't hung out with R-Truth or Gary Cole, but no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I would do that all that well on a Taylor Swift karaoke night.
It makes me want to vote for you.
Boy.
I know some of the big ones.
Yeah.
Juice, you got to convince us why Donna Kelsey isn't the one to vote for here, pal.
Yeah. I'm not sure you're doing a great job right
Well,
now.
that's some. I mean,
Let
Why
me just
doing
say you
great,
got
sweetie.
three
I
strikes
love you.
and you're 0-2 right now, pal.
Do we need to see the cartwheel video again? I think that'll cleanse all of us. Would Donna Kelsey attempt that cartwheel?
let me see
Good.
if I. Let me.
I also
There
don't
it
think
is.
Donna Kelsey.
Everything else to pull
I don't
up.
think Donna Kelsey would attempt
What
that
if-
either.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Yeah, we should have. Let's say that again.
Lead with anything.
I gotta go Juice on this one. I think I love Donna. She is an absolute treasure. But I gotta go Juice. Do we not have any women in our family? No, we have Jenny
We have
Nicholson.
Jenny.
Okay, I feel
Jenny's-
better.
Jenny's
I
in
feel
there.
better. I feel better. No, we have at least some girl power.
You know, Juice's best good friend, Jenny Nicholson.
You go way back.
If it ends up the two of them, it's gonna be great.
Oh,
Trying to
God.
think.
Are we advancing Juice? I'm advancing Juice. Anyone else to vote for Juice?
I'm voting Juice. You're doing great, sweetie.
You're doing great, sweetie. We need to work on our Taylor Swift knowledge, but other than that, we're doing great. We're doing so good.
I know a couple songs.
Juice, can you name us the 50 states?
The 50 states
Bring up the nap.
of America?
No, of another country.
All right.
Fucking Taiwan.
Yeah. Hey, I've been to Taiwan. Don't talk bad about Taiwan.
I just,
All right.
hey, I just came back
Washington,
from
there's
Taiwan
Oregon,
now.
there's California, there's Nevada.
cheating.
I know.
Put the map down.
No, I was waiting for this slide to come up. So that puts Juice through for me. He gets the vote.
Score. We love it when the map.
I've been to Taiwan.
I
Yeah,
have
not
too.
China.
I just came back from Taiwan like 2 weeks ago. It rocks.
No way. Oh, wow. In
Yeah,
Taipei?
dude, I went to
Then
South
why did you
Korea,
call it a state?
Japan, and Taiwan.
Wait, what did you say, Mark?
I don't even know.
Okay.
And with that, Mark Haas is
Has entered the Hall of Fame for the Heroes bracket. He did not compete.
Second Jenny Nicholson.
All right, who is our final four, Juice? It's you versus Marshawn
All
Lynch
right, there you go. Let me.
and
Yeah.
Jenny Nicholson versus who? Oh gosh.
Conan. Let me.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, oh no, my girl Jenny's gonna lose, and
All
it's
right,
not
I've
even
got a
fair.
proposal. I've got a proposal.
Oh god, are we doing the thing again?
I am going to put Conan O'Brien and Marshawn Lynch directly into the Hall of Fame because they both were going to wind up in the final anyway, and we're going to make Jenny Nicholson against Juice the final.
Yes, I love this. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a darn minute. Juice, I need you to look at me.
You mean what?
you to know.
Leave?
I need you to look at me. I want you. Are you looking at me? I want you to know from the
She's
bottom.
the captain now.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart. I said this before. I'll say it again. I love you so much. Okay, I truly do. But you could have never, ever made that 4-hour Star
No.
Wars
God, no, never.
I know you, and
Never.
I know. Listen, Jenny Nicholson cannot make a sweet keytar video. Okay, she could not have done the touch for our wedding, and I appreciate that. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful wedding gift. But you could have never made that 4-hour expose video.
Well, what is the touch as the wedding gift?
So you know,
Have you not seen?
Have you not seen? Are you familiar with
course he
Transformers
is.
1986 Stan Bush The Touch? The
You
song.
Come on.
You
I
got
had to watch that movie
the
like 10 times.
I did a guitar video. I did a guitar video,
Yeah.
and I waited until I didn't post it. I waited until literally the moment where they said I do at their wedding. And then I hit like go live. So like it was the first YouTube video to become like live since they were married.
Yeah.
And that was our recessional
And
song.
it was our recessional song. Oh, he just won, didn't he?
No, wait, Mark. I'm gonna make a Jenny Nicholson argument.
Okay.
It
So,
was a really sweet
Justin-
gesture. I have to give him. It was hero move.
It's pretty great. I can't believe I'm arguing against this.
Yeah, I know. I feel terrible. We keep arguing. Literally, what is it, 4 weeks in a row we have had to argue against Juice or for Juice? I don't know. It's been very complicated.
Look at AJ's already like, go for it.
But can you guess what's your guess for how long a one-person roast of 2021's Dear Evan Hansen was?
No,
Just the film.
No, just the film.
just the film? Like, did
Just
you
the
watch
film.
it from beginning to end?
He wears full
It's not long.
guard.
It's one person looking into a camera delivering a
Mhm.
roast of a movie.
Mhm.
I mean, put 4 hours into the Star Wars hotel, so I would venture to say this thing's like 2 hours long, right?
Oh, that's an edited documentary. This is just looking into a camera talking about a movie.
2 hours. Is that your final answer?
2 hours, my final answer.
Well, it's an hour and 17 minutes.
That's dedication. That's dedication.
Still,
The haterism
Hour-
that this woman
Hour
can put out
17
into
is
the
yours
world.
to beat, Juice.
I mean, but did Jenny Nicholson make a keytar version of the touch for us as a wedding gift?
Did Jenny Nicholson have an Aperol spritz and then attempt to buy a house for $4,000?
So true. That's hero status right there. Moose doesn't even
Wait,
know about
wait.
that. We had an Aperol
Elaborate,
AJ and I had an
please.
Aperol spritz
oh jeez.
weekend in your honor.
Elaborate, please.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I love how this is
Okay, so I'm telling a story.
Tell the story, AJ.
Okay,
Floor is yours.
so when
He
we went to
remembers
Halloween
about it.
Horror Night, Juice was the first person to arrive in town. He arrived around 1 o'clock. He attempted to go to a beer arcade. Beer arcade wasn't going down, but he has this thing like the Anthony Bourdain, go to a local family joint, order a Negroni, order another. He wanted to do that, right? So he did. And then after the Negronis, he found out that they do 3-ounce pours of top shelf spirits. So he proceeded to have a few of those.
Sure did.
Just neat. I'm talking warm spirits in the stomach,
110
right?
proof whiskey.
So I get to town, and Juice is sipping on. I can't remember, but it was a bourbon, I believe.
Russell's Private Select.
Yes.
He does remember
so
that part. I'm proud of him.
I have a couple of those. Juice is toasted. Juice is gone. And then we start ordering cocktails. And at that point, we're like about to leave, right? And it's like Thursday night football isn't on yet. You know, it's like 7.
Yeah, still early in the
7:30
evening.
Eastern. And I'm texting Mike's dad on Juice's
Yes.
phone.
To be
Just saying,
clear,
"Oh, yeah,
we
we're
were
about to be
staying
on our
at
way."
Mike's parents' house this night for the first night that we all got into Orlando to save a little bit of money
And drop the dog
before
off.
and drop the dog off because they were watching
I
our
didn't
dog
save
before we
money.
went to the hotel the next day. So we were all staying at his parents' house. We are literally driving through a hurricane. That's not an exaggeration. It's a true story.
This is
And
the
they
weekend of
had
the
flown it.
crazy hurricane stuff
Yeah.
in Southeast.
Yeah. So we're still happily driving. Well, not happily, kind of stressfully driving while Juice is getting plastered at a nice family Italian restaurant.
Yeah, just super nice family Italian restaurant, little hole in a wall in a strip mall, beautiful decor inside. And I'm cogently texting Mike's dad that we're on our way, and I'm doing this as Juice. And we get to Mike's parents' house, and Juice is blackout drunk.
Yeah. The Aperol
He showed
Spritz
up-
was the last thing he ordered.
Yep. We got an Aperol Spritz. I was thinking something refreshing, kind of perk you back to life. Didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not bring you back. I remember it though. I very much remember ordering Aperol spritzes. That's the only thing I remember.
Yes. Impressive. So then,
These are people in our late 20s to early 40s just showing up wasted at your friend's dad's
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
when your friend isn't home.
yeah, because we are still driving in hurricane.
We're still a good 3.5
Yeah.
hours away.
Juice is presently there, intoxicated at Mike's parents' house.
We get Juice upstairs in the guest bedroom. He passes out pretty much immediately. I proceed to watch the entirety of Thursday Night Football, Giants versus Cowboys, with Mike's dad. And we do not say a word.
Yeah. AJ messages us as we're driving through hurricane. Juice is the drunkest I've ever seen him. Pete, that's Mike's dad's name, really does not like the new kickoff. These are the updates we're getting. These are the updates we're
My mom
getting.
texting you.
Yeah. And then his mom is texting me about Juice as well. Juice is snoozing in what is like affectionately termed the Frozen room because it's got bunk beds and they've like themed it to Frozen.
It was
You know,
a nice
'cause it's
room. I like the
the
room.
kids' room. It was a nice room. So when we finally show up, Juice is passed out. AJ's like, yeah, we sent him to bed hours ago, blah, blah. And we're like, oh, well, we just got into town. We want to go see him. So we go into the room. Juice is obviously very out of it. He's feeling very guilty for making a fool of himself. And he turns to me and he goes, I'm going to buy their house. And I was like, you can't afford it. And he goes, I have $4,000. And I was like, buddy, that's not going to buy this house. But yeah, he was willing to buy their house for $4,000 to make up for showing up intoxicated at their house.
4 big ones.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good deal.
It was a good deal. It was a good deal. This is a 5-bedroom house outside of Orlando. But I'm sure they would have appreciated that $4,000 offer.
Yeah.
It was great. I was like, all right, friend, time to go back to bed.
We
What
have
a
told
hero.
this story for every bracket.
Every bracket. Every time I get such a good response from our guests on the show, we have to share it every time.
And with that, I'm voting for Jenny Nicholson.
That's where
I
That
think
story-
it's
right there is the reason why Juice is on every one of your brackets.
Yes. It really does. On the villains list, made sense. Chaotic neutral made sense. Heroes list also makes sense.
Also, AJ being the guy who's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna still watch football with Mike's dad and not go to the
Yeah.
room, earns him a spot on the heroes bracket.
Really, yeah. AJ
That's
deserves
true.
this
Very
spot for
true.
the awkwardness that he
Heck
was
yeah.
going through that evening. We all deserve
Everyone
it.
that put up with me that night, 100% deserves hero bracket.
And Juice is
Hall of
like so
Fame.
sweet Midwestern. Like this really aided him all weekend. And
Oh
he
my
like we arrive on Sunday to pick up our dog, and he comes with us, and he like presents them a gift. It was so funny. Iconic, honestly.
all these reasons and more, Justin. We are truly thankful for you. We are truly, truly honored to call you a friend.
We are. We have.
However,
You are absolutely a hero in my heart.
You
absolutely.
You are a hero
Like
in
just
my
being cogent, just being straightforward, no AJ
Yeah.
irony, anything like
Yeah.
that.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
full stop hero in my heart always for real. I mean, again, would Jenny Nicholson make the touch for us on FIFA? No. Would she offered buy a house for $4,000? No. Are we going to do the thing we've done all year and just advance everyone to the Hall of Fame? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I want you to know that you're a hero in my heart.
Yo, wait, real quick. When we got through the Susan Sarandon opening round, we didn't talk about any men in relation to them. Did we pass the Bechdel test, kind of?
Yes. Maybe? I don't know.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
Between Donna and Jenny, I think we would have passed.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that. You're a jabroni. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
You know it has to be two